I'm Phil Verden, head chef at Clavershey Barn. What makes Clavershey Barn special is our commitment to source and support local producers. I enjoy cooking the best food the South West had to offer. Today I'm going to introduce you to our local fish farmer from Stream Farm, which is a few miles down the road. So how did Stream Farm come to be?
Well, we came down 12 years ago. We were Londoners and we had no intention of farming particularly. We've got no farming in our background, but we have focused on issues of urban regeneration for nearly 30 years. So we came down to have a look at what had gone wrong with the countryside. Right. The minute we came, it didn't take long to see what had gone wrong, and the answer was the entire food chain has got completely out of control, with the primary power base in the hands of the supermarkets. And we thought the best way to go about it was to have as many people as we could coming up here to run a basic farming business, to help each other when there was a need, like during lambing or when we've got a big order for trout or whatever, but otherwise to run their own business and to share farm with us. So we put in the land and we put in whatever's needed initially to get the business up and running, and then we share the gross income between us so that they get a livelihood, that's the plan, and we get our money back. Both my wife and I have had family members living here, ancestors, and when this farm came up it was exactly what we were looking for, with plenty of opportunities for people to live in these different barns that we've converted, and different ways in, different types of land, different types of soil, so lots of opportunities for different businesses. We've got a shepherd here because we have a flock of 250 breeding Hampshire Down ewes. We've got the beef is Dexter, organic Dexter beef. We've got a herd of about 150. We do about 130 organic chickens every week with a chicken family that looks after them. We do the rainbow trout, which I'll show you in a minute, which is fresh and smoked. And then we've just begun honey with a couple. We've got our first 5 hives. We've got spring water with a guy who's doing that. Apple juice, organic apple juice. And the aim is to get 10 families up here earning a livelihood, to show that the countryside is much better served by having large numbers of small farmers all helping each other than to have these increasingly large mechanized farms dealing with huge supermarkets. So here's Vernon the fisherman, and he looks after the whole fishing business here. So here they are. How many are there, Vernon?
There's 6 in there today.
Okay, great. What size do you reckon those are?
Just over a pound.
Yeah.
Plate size.
Yeah, plate size. They look really great, don't they? Look at those colours. Somebody said there's a chap here who knows all about fish who might want to take on a trout business. We met and we got in our first fish. Little tiny things they were, those first ones, weren't they? I think they were smaller than we now get, but about that size, fingerlings, weren't they? And then you just began to work out what was best for this system, didn't you?
That's right, yeah.
What's been really interesting, I think, is that they don't taste. You know how often people say, oh, I don't eat trout anymore because they've got that earthy taste. We've never had an earthy trout, have we?
We've never had any complaints.
Why is that?
Fresh, clean water.
Yeah, fresh, clean water, exactly. Yeah. Continuous flow of water, yeah.
What we do is we open the chute up to let more water in. And it runs through, the pipe runs through the ground into these filter ponds here, as you see below us. They just stop the sediment, they allow the sediment to settle. So we've got water comes in, it hits a barley straw. It's got a natural chemical in it which combats weed growth, and it starts the filtering process. Goes through all the barley straw, and then it starts to go through our ponds which hold the fish. my smoked trout from the ponds down below.
Fantastic.
And they look nice and golden. I think they're just about ready.
We've got 250 acres here of very different land, and it's easy to imagine that instead of it providing one livelihood, which would be received wisdom, we could provide 10. And then the countryside would be regenerated. The village would need more people to get involved with farms like this. And we could say to others, why don't you farm this way?